In this second part, I want to show you a simple way of how to trigger these different parts of the animation that we have just set up in the first part of the tutorial. Of course, in the game there are many different ways how to trigger the animations. For example, when the avatar walks into a certain region, or by pushing a lever, or by completing a puzzle. For the sake of simplicity for this tutorial, I will just make this object clickable, and with every click on the object it will play a different part of the animation. And just to recap, we created these nodes here in the component utility, and we assigned a different part of the animation of this object to each of the nodes, and we created the different segments by adding in the track view dope sheet a so-called nodes track where we gave certain keyframes certain names that are referred to by the Plasma engines for the different segments. So let's bring up the component manager again and create a new detector clickable, and let's just rename this to clickable box, and let's assign our box to it. Again, for the sake of simplicity, we don't want to have any special properties here. We don't need to face the object, so ignore this part of the rollout. You can also ignore the region because we want to be able to click it from anywhere in the scene. And no one-shot. You can change the bounding shape to a box because we have a simple box here. Otherwise you would perhaps need a hull or even exact collision checking. That's that. And one more thing, we need to create a new logic responder. So this is what happens when we click on the object, and let's rename this to trigger box animation, and again assign the object to it. In the trigger box animation, the detector of course is the box itself, and now we want to set up different stages for this box. When you click on it for the first time, it will play the first animation, and then it will change to a different state, and when you click on it again it will play a different animation and change to a different state. So let's add some more states here, state 2 and even one more, so we have 3 all in all. At the end of state 1 we want to switch to state 2. At the end of state 2 we want to switch to state 3. And let's just say when we have finished state 3, let's come back to state 1. In step 1, when we click on this box, we want the first part of the animation to play. So let's add a response, animation, play. Now you get some command parameters down here. What animation do you want? We want the box move animation that we've set up earlier. And for which object? Of course, the object box that we've created. Let's change to state 2. Here we'll add again an animation, but this time the rotate animation. Again, don't forget to assign the proper object. And in state 3, we want to add an animation, and that is the up-down looping animation, again for the box object. And that is it basically. We click on the object once, it plays the first animation, and it will change to another state so that when we click on it again it will play a different animation. Let's just check it out. Let's save the scene. Yes, and export it. Let's bring up Drizzle to convert it, and finally let's start Euro. And link to our test age. So here is our box. Let's try it out. Click on it for the first time. It will move to the side. Click on it again. It will rotate, and click on it again and it will start with the looping movement. If you can click on it again, it will jump back to state 1, so play the first animation again, and so you can go through the different states. Well, that concludes this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.